don't know any other word to use for it. I've thought years of trying to find another word that would explain it. Healing crises. But that's about as accurate as we could come up with, I suppose, through the years. If you'll notice that most healing crises are simple, cold and flu-like symptoms. Now, cold and flu have always been called diseases, and you notice there's no cure for them because there is no disease to it. You notice those same symptoms match detox symptoms. You know, I was born and raised in Indiana, and we had farms and stuff. We always drank milk, and I always stopped up. I needed nose drops to breathe. I always had a lot of mucus problems, stuff like this. And they used to say, don't go out in the winter. They used to say, don't go out in the cold, you'll catch a cold. Well, bacteria really doesn't like to live well under 40 degrees. So I always wondered, what are you talking about, catching a cold? But sure enough, you know, I'd get all, you know, congested and stuff. And until I became a chemist, did I realize that cold is alkaline. And alkaline creates a cationic experience or environment in the body that starts to detox. I think I was telling you I had a pancreatic cancer case, and in her journey, she was an extreme pancreatic cancer case, degenerative pancreatic cancer. She ate an apple, she pooped an apple. There was no digestion left, it wasn't a tumor. And this is the worst kind of cancer, is when your cells are literally breaking down in the tissues and there's no function left. So I took her out of the house. She had children and a family, and I put her in a hammock reading spiritual books down at the ocean, and I gave her only fruits and fruit juices predominantly and herbs because she wasn't digesting anything. I had to get energy and chemistry as much as I could in there in its simplest form. So one day she came in and she started growing these golf ball sized tumors all over her legs. Her oncologist said, honey, your cancer spread all through you and you don't have long to live now. And I love when they say that. And so she came in my office again crying, and I said, he's full of crap. You're in a healing crisis. And sure enough, the weeks out, she had over 50 tumors on both legs, and then a couple of weeks out, I kept her pushing detox, raw, moving that out, high fruits, and in 2 weeks, there was no tumors left on the legs. Then a few weeks later, she came in. She said, how you been doing? She says, real well. She said, I've been to the dentist. I had a loose tooth. They pulled it out, and I've got another one over here. They're going to pull that out. And I said, no, you're in a healing crisis. And by the week's end, she had 7 abscesses, and all her teeth were loose. And so I kept pushing her through this, and a couple of more weeks, all the gums had locked down, back down on the teeth, no abscesses, and she went on to another healing crisis. I've had blindness in healing crisis. I had paralysis during healing crisis. And I mentioned a few in these videos as we've come down. But old injuries come back. I remember I had a head-on car crash once and really tore the top of my head. And it always was tender, meaning it didn't heal well. Well, you were all working on our lymph systems, of course. And so when I got into the raw, boy, I tell you what, I started hurting just like I had the accident. And so that healed up and never had a problem since. And I've seen that through these years in all these cases, old injuries. And I've told you in a video yesterday about a quad that had severe scoliosis and a fractured femur that after 12 years realigned itself, pulled the back straight. I mean, these are neat healing crises. Healing crisis can be very painful. It can be not so painful. A lot of mucus coming out, mucus in the stools, mucus in the urine, mucus vaginally, mucus out of the nose, mouth. These are all healing crises. What's in, the body wants out when it is acidic and obstructive to itself. It'll pull out old things that are stuck in the body, splinters, things like this. It's neat to see what the body will do in detoxifying itself. When you're in a healing crisis, I highly recommend you stay on nothing but fruit, if not fasting on water, especially light fruit meals. And you can take herbs during it, or you don't have to take herbs during it, but rest. Let your body take all that energy that you use to walk, to talk, to digest your foods. Let your body have that energy to clean and heal itself, because that's its job. This is an intelligent although mundane and very physical entity, and it can repair itself quite nicely, I will tell you. And when you get up in these high levels of fruitarianism, you'll heal so fast you can't believe it. You can cut yourself and not even feel it. It won't bleed, and it'll be gone the next day. That's rapid healing. And when I was at that level, I knew that you could repair anything on this planet, anything man suffers with. If you get them up high enough on these magnetics and in these rich nutritional foods of fruits, berries, and melons, there's nothing the body can't cure itself. Even when it's down toward the lower realms of hell almost, you know. So important to understand these healing crises. It's not difficult. Rashes are very common, especially with a lot of fungus and stuff. You can have hives and rashes all through you. And if you have hives and rashes, that's your lymph system. That's not your blood. You don't have some mysterious autoimmune crap. That's all crap. You have lymphatic stagnation problems. Your adrenals are weak. Your kidneys aren't filtering your lymph system. Work on those things and all that will go away. Psoriasis, eczema, rosacea. All this is lymph, lymph, lymph. Remember, lymph deals with the acid side, and your skin is your third kidney, and your kidneys are your eliminative organs for your sewer system. That's what poisons and toxins are. They come from the cells. They're cell poop. The healing crises are important if you're in one that lasts too long. Healing crises can be a couple of hours, a couple of days, or they can go real long. And if you're doing fruits and vegetables, you can hold a healing crisis there for weeks. You've got to either go up or break it all together and eat some cooked food. And that's how interesting cooked food is that it'll stop the body from healing itself. But in extreme cases, sometimes I've had to do that because the client couldn't take anymore, you know. Sometimes it'll rat you out if it's too painful and there's just too much misery involved in the body pulling this rancid stuff out of itself. So, but you want to go through that. And you want to get high up on those fruits and rest. Remember, animals don't eat when they get sick. They don't go run around, they relax. And if you study the autonomic nervous system and your neurotransmitters, you'll find that when you relax, your eliminative organs eliminate better. And that's what you get into your dopamines and things. When you get into norepinephrines or your epinephrines, that's for activity. And that actually shuts down elimination. So it's interesting that healing crisis matches disease symptoms in terms of medical thinking. And that's simply because there's 2 times you feel a symptom. 2 times you feel a symptom. 1 when you create it, and 2 when you eliminate it. Isn't that interesting? So it's not a pain-free journey by no means, and for those that have the adrenals, you came in with some emotional baggage here when you took on this body. Could be some emotional things. Some people break down and just cry, and that's okay. Let it out. You know, just let it out and live in the now. You can't go back and unwind things. That's a ridiculous journey. You don't want to live to the future because it isn't here. Your now is your future. And if you're always living in the now, all this karma will burn off of you and you will always be happy because you're centered. And then your relationships are better because they're not based upon desires or wants or codependency type things, because you totally have yourself, because that's all you have. That's all you have. But there are all kinds. Rashes are the most common. Cold and flus are most common. A lot of mucus. Those people have a lot of pain in the head, and this stuff coming out can be traumatic. Pneumonia, bronchitis. Nobody dies from pneumonia in a detoxification. I mean, look at the people that died from pneumonia in hospitals and stuff. That's ridiculous. But most of you get this real well, and I'm so proud of you guys. I'm telling you. But for those people that are new, and another example, the reason I'm doing this is some mother whose daughter has been on the herbs for 2 years, called in screaming and hollering at Jennifer, saying, "You're killing me, that these herbs are going to kill you. I'm going to report you to who? God, maybe." And this is what happened. She got a tumor out of her nose. "Oh, I'm sorry. Let's keep that in there for you, honey." And she started getting green mucus out. "Oh, I'm sorry. We could keep that in you, and that's why you could wonder where I parked the car when you get older, or why you have brain cancer." And then she started going into pneumonia-like symptoms. Well, that could be your future lung cancer, but no, you can keep that in there if you want, honey, but you did not understand the reality of detoxification. And this is the thing, I'm sorry, these herbs did exactly what they're supposed to do. This diet did exactly what it's supposed to do. And your daughter should have informed you, or you should have informed yourself. Because this is an educational site, detoxification is real. It's a reality, and it can be one that's not a lot of fun. But it is fun if you change your mindset and realize you got a tumor out of your nose. You got a tumor out. Guess what would happen if you didn't get it out medically? Well, you might remove your nose, you might remove half of your face. Now, if you'd prefer that over some detoxification symptoms, well, I suggest you go that route. You know, this is part of the problems with some people out there. They're unstable emotionally. They don't have their cards in a row. And so when they take on something like this, they're never successful. Although the body's taking them there, they weird out and freak out. And it's like, that's why this video. Before you detoxify, you might want to review this video. Because this is a reality. Detoxification is very serious business, steeped in the science of chemistry and physics. You must learn the art of detoxification because it is an art. Because when you start turning on that alkaline switch, I don't care if it's cold air that does it, I don't care. Notice that the detoxification symptoms matches cold and flu-like symptoms. Notice European doctors used to say, don't treat these cold and flu-like symptoms because it only causes more problems and it suppresses what the body's trying to eliminate. If you'll notice, cold and flu-like symptoms are symptoms of elimination, of expectoration. And that's exactly what happens when you go out into the cold, when you eat raw fruits and vegetables, sometimes when you go on a normal saline drip. And whenever you start turning on to the alkaline community, the base community in chemistry, you are creating a cationic experience. And a cationic experience is an experience where things start breaking up in the body. Fluids start to move, solidification, calcification, cholesterol plaquing, dehydration. All those things are starting to go the other way. Rehydration, the movement and breaking up of solidified mucus and sputum, the breaking down of tumors and cysts and abscesses. All this is a chemical and a physics process. There is total science behind this in every sense of the way. But it's also a reality that you must understand that detoxification can rat you out emotionally and mentally. We're so used to being polarized to the negative side that when you hook to the light, it can be a little disconcerting sometimes. What you eat, drink, and breathe, and what you put on your skin, guys, that's how you bring the outside world of chemistry and physics in. And it's all about chemistry and physics, because chemistry and physics at this mundane physical level rule. The detoxification has what we call healing crisis. This lady had healing crisis. Healing crises are very real, and I write about them because there's everything from simple cold and flu-like symptoms to blindness, to paralysis, to tumors popping out all over you, to your teeth getting loose and the mouth full of abscesses. These are very serious and scary healing crises. Some people panic. I think I told you about this one pancreatic cancer case. All her teeth were loose. She had one pulled, and she came in and was telling me about it. She's going to have another one pulled. I said, no, healing crisis. By the time the week was out, all her teeth were loose, and she had 7 abscesses. Medical doctors have no clue to what that would be. And that's unfortunate. Because in another 2 weeks on the Heal tea and moving with the raw foods and going down the detoxification pathway, the teeth, the gums were locked back on those teeth and no more abscesses. You know what she did? She just saved her teeth. You know, this is the whole key. Once you understand acidosis, and you understand the corrosive effect of acids, and you understand the gigantic lymph system, and how that lymph system works in your body, you've got it. You've got that key. So, need to do this one video for those out there that don't understand the reality of detoxification. Simple symptoms are cold and flu-like symptoms, a running of the nose, the coughing up of mucus out of the bronchi and lungs. Well, thank you. You know, no one ever died from pneumonia except when you go to a hospital and you take antibiotics. No one should ever die from pneumonia. Your body's getting rid of a lot of congestion. Guess what forms masses and tumors in the lungs? Same stuff you're coughing out, my friends. Same stuff. And out of the sinuses. Most people can't breathe or smell properly. People snore. People have sleep apnea. People can't hear right, taste right. Well, of course, they're saturated with mucus. People are coming in with extreme head pressure, vertigo, and equilibrium problems. One poor soul we have, her blood pressure never gets above 70 or 75 over 50. Major cerebellum inflammation, brain tumors, brain cancers on the rise. I mean, Alzheimer's on the rise, dementia. I mean, it's a nightmare, but it's all caused from the same stuff, because there isn't a million different things on this planet that causes a million different symptoms. This is where they're lost in the field of dreams and intellectualism. I mean, this is the kind of reality that detoxification offers you. The beauty. Change your mind. The beauty is, this stuff was in you, and now it's out of you. And that's what I used to look at. Oh man, look at that nasty stuff coming out. Boy, that was in me, and now I'm glad it's out. My cells can go, oh, thank you, the sun is shining today for me. And that's what you have to realize, that the body is congested, constipated, acidic. And this is what's breaking it down. These aren't diseases. This is from what you eat, what you drink, and what you breathe, and what you put on your skin. Yes, we're full of chemicals. Yes, we have a toxic environment. Yes, we have a mad science community that has no clue about reality. Yes, we have an allopathic, but they've only grown because we let them grow. Most people walk with fear. Like this one lady, she walks with fear. Well, walk with knowledge. And I know most of you do, and most of our subscribers are incredible beings. You guys have took this and grabbed this. It's those that come out that are walking in frailty and walking in emotional stupor, that are walking with their heads down in the ground. Take them out. Get the sunshine on yourself. And, you know, if you don't want to unravel it, we don't care. I mean, it's up to you. You know, we're here to offer our knowledge and awareness. But learn detoxification. It is an incredible process of wellness and health. And that's what this is all about. The art of detoxification. The end goal? Cellular regeneration and genetic remembering of cells. That leads to the vitality and health of the human body, because it's all about the functional ability of each one of your cells. Because each one of your cells is a contributing factor to the whole machine here. Sometimes I stop detoxification in people. Sometimes I kick it up another notch. It's learning that art of when you go deeper or when you back up a little bit. You can always visit the deeper, but you sometimes need to slow up. Sometimes we give people things in detoxification, like cooked foods. But the bottom line is learn detoxification. And you'll not learn it any more than strap on the pants and ride the bull, put the robe on, and learn that healing crises are very real. They're anywhere from minor aches and pains to severe pain, to the expectoration of kidney stones and gallstones, to the expectoration of tremendous mucus out of the lungs and bronchi, giving you pneumonia-like symptoms. Okay, not everybody has these gigantic healing crises. Some don't. Some have very little, simple. Others have tremendous ones. I've had blindness. I've had paralysis. For a few minutes, an hour, and then it's all gone. And now they have a vision to die for. They have health and vigor. I mean, it's amazing what one can go through. I have no control of this. Detox that lymph system. That's the key. There's only 2 fluids and a bunch of cells. Keep remembering that. So I really appreciate your listening to my videos again. I love you all. You're a great group of people. I appreciate the comments. It helps build me up too. And it's been a long journey.